Program. We're going to switch attention now to, well, digital publishing. The Healthy Mummy is Australia's largest parenting health site exclusively for mums. The company was set up by Rhiannon Allen in 2010, and 8 years later, the business has over 1.5 million followers across social media, as well as over 900,000 unique users each and every month on the website. The business is on track to turn over $22 million this year. I'm pleased to say Rhiannon joins us now to talk about some of the challenges as well as some of the successes that she's found. Rhiannon, look, thanks very much for your time this afternoon. Some very, very impressive numbers. Look, just tell us a little bit about it and, you know, how it came to be, how you've gotten into the Healthy Mummy.
Yeah, sure. So I was pregnant 8 years ago, and I'd been working in media. So I worked for the previous Bauer ACP.
Yep.
And I always had a passion for health and fitness. That was always where I really wanted to be. And I really wasn't sure how to actually do that. But I became pregnant and gaining weight in pregnancy, and I realised there was nothing to help mums actually lose weight in a healthy and safe way after they had kids. So I looked into it, and I thought, you know what, this is my time to do something. So I quit my job. So I'd been in my media job for 12 years and in my role at ACP for, I think it was 7 years.
Right.
And sold my house and kind of took a bit of a...
The big leap of faith, huh?
Big leap of faith, and invested the money I'd made from my house into the business. And I really focused on, you know, a really community-first program where the customer was number one, but it was all about healthy, safe, trusted programs that would exclusively just for mums.
Can I just ask for you,
go.
How important is the idea of community and trust, and how difficult is it to actually build that? Because from what I understand, it's quite a competitive space, and so having word of mouth and people recommending, from what I understand, is critical to this market.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, from the day dot, the community and the customer has been the most important thing to everything we've done. So, you know, we've invested all the money back in the business. We listen to what the customer wants. We have, we have 1.5 million mums across social media, but in our private support groups, we have 250,000 mums. Now, that's quite unusual to have that many people in actual private groups, but it's all about them. So, you know, not all...
What, they're just interacting, message boarding?
But it's all moderated, it's all safe, so there's, you know, and that's unusual in social media, as I'm sure everyone knows. But we've invested in that community and making sure that it's a safe place, because you don't want to go online, you don't want to have, you know, someone judging you or not being supportive. So that's the absolute cornerstone, and that trust is paramount in our business.
Tell us a little bit about the revenues. I mean, $22 million sounds like a lot of money to me. But you offer a lot of content online for free.
Yes, absolutely.
So what's the incentive and how do you generate?
Yeah, so I would never have imagined 8 years ago that it would have been that. I wouldn't have believed you if you'd have told me that. But the money's never been the focus. It's about creating something good and doing something good. So although we have all those people online, we do not have an ad model. So the idea is that we just do something good for people. So for all those mums who can't afford to actually purchase something, there is so much content for them to help them. Because our big strapline is empowering mums to live a healthier life. So even if you can't afford something, come to our website, come to our groups, there'll be something for you. So there's constantly trying to support people, even if your budget can't afford to purchase one of the programs or one of the books that we do.
Can I ask as well, is it quite smart business sense as well? I imagine it's a fine line between building trust, creating a community atmosphere, but also monetising it. That could go the wrong way, I would have thought, if it becomes too obvious that it's a revenue-generating business as opposed to a support business, and that might actually push people away.
How we've always done it is that everything we do from a revenue perspective, so every product we make, everything we do, it comes from the customer. So we'll say, what do you want from us this month, this quarter? We get them to choose, we get them to vote. They know we have to make money. They know that, you know, we put moderators on from 6 in the morning till 11 at night in that community, so it's safe. You know, every hour there's 3 people. The content's free. You know, this is our new book, The Busy Mum's Guide to Weight Loss. They chose the recipes. They chose the title. They help kind of carve what we do. So I always see our customers as our shareholders of our business, really, and I'm just the person steering the ship in the right direction. How
competitive is this space, or have you got a niche where not a lot of other people are going?
Well, we've got a very, very tight niche, so it's very different for us. We've got a niche, but we're very horizontal. So we have, you know, we have books, we have apps, we have activewear, we have meal replacement protein powders, we have
kids smoothies, we have a whole range of product, and that's quite unusual because most people in a vertical will just go, I'm just going to do one thing. We go, customers, what do you want? And we listen to them and we act on it. So that's why we're quite different. Whereas most corporate bodies will go, we're all about the bottom line and making an awful lot of money. And I think just by fact of we do it like that, we make a lot of money, but it's always about the customer first.
Can you give us an idea of you know, James mentioned, you know, the level of competition within that. There does seem to be a lot of things around, you know, new mothers and so forth, about the level of competition, but also as it gains notoriety and profitability, the prospect of, you know, more traditional, bigger media agencies looking to come in as well.
Bigger, what, competitors?
Yeah. You know, like traditional, like ACP might decide, or BAO these days might decide they want more of a focus on that sort of space.
I think the customer and the consumer is pretty savvy and they see through things pretty quickly. So the thing that has resonated so well with us is they know we actually care. They know that myself, I'm in the communities every day. They know that, you know, our whole team is, and it's a very different tact on how you treat the customer. We actually care about them and listen. If someone says something, we actually fix it, you know, very, very quickly within the same day, you know. So it's a very different way to operate a business, the way we do to a lot of businesses do. And I think that the customer in this new age of where we are on social media responds pretty differently to how they used to.
James and the channel have been reporting a lot on the world of pain Facebook has got itself into.
Oh, yes.
I'd be interested to hear about has Facebook been sort of critical as maybe a marketing tool and helping build your audience? And in turn, is that a worry for you now about that might be sort of bad news if you try and go there too much? Or?
I mean, Facebook has been amazing for us. We wouldn't have got to the size we are at the speed we have without it. So I will never say a bad word about Facebook. Of course, you know, they're a huge business and they're monetizing what they do all the time. I totally get it. For me, I would love to see other companies to rival Facebook, so there's more diversity, and I think that's a huge problem. And obviously, every time someone does come up, they go and buy them. So it would be great if Google could do something good for once and actually, you know, actually rival them in that space. But until that happens, I mean, Facebook is an amazing program for the consumer and for business. And until something else comes along, Facebook is the place.
What's the more preferred types of content that you provide? I mean, is it the blog posts? Is it video content? I mean, what do you find actually tends to gain a lot of traction with your
recipes? Are probably number one because everyone's got to eat.
Yeah.
You know, recipes are obviously number one. People love the videos as well. So I mean, we have our app which has got 4,000 recipes in, and this book which is now in every single Kmart, Big W.
I think we've got a picture of it that we can actually bring up, so you don't have. There we go.
Okay,
there we go.
That's about
it's actually got the 100 most popular recipes that the customers actually voted for. So recipes is a huge one for us, and I think that because the way we do recipes is a little bit different to other probably Ross programs because they're completely family friendly, so they're easy. If you're trying to lose weight, it's not about you having one food and then the husband or the kids having to have something else. It's very inclusive, and it's budget friendly. So most food is under $2.50 a serve, sometimes $100. So for the average Australian household, that's exactly what they need. So recipes are big, exercises are big as well. So we see, I suppose, a lot in online today, especially in Fitspiration world. It's just, six packs and unobtainable body transformations, or people who work out, over an hour.
Most people, never mind a busy, tired mum, it's just not doable. So for us, our videos with exercises are 10 minutes long, so you can actually go, I could do that, I can manage that one. So that's where I suppose we've really come in, is that it's about doing something that you actually can manage to fit into your day, as opposed to saying you've got to do an hour, you've got to eat 1,200 calories, you've got to, eat kale all day, which may be good for some people, but it's not good for everybody.
I'm just wondering, James, too, how much is it? Would you have advice for other digital publishers? I mean, seeing you here in action today, do you need someone like you, like an advocate, like a face of the site being out there? I'm guessing that's a big part of the success.
I think you've got to be passionate. I think you've got to be passionate, determined, and you've got to be committed every single day. And I honestly believe that anyone who is in in not just digital publishing, but in any kind of business, if you don't place the customer as number one, then you're not going to succeed, because the customer, you know, they are your biggest advocate, or they're your biggest non-advocate, you know, and today you can't afford that. So for me, I will listen to everything the customer says, good, bad, and I act on it. So I think that in publishing, you have to analyse, you have to listen, you have to learn, and then you apply that.
All right, Rhiannon Allen, have to leave it there, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
We did the ratings for radio a little bit earlier. Let's take a look at television ratings.